Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. Tonight, we're talking about Jack and Lilly Sullivan, who vanished from their Pictou County, Nova Scotia home on May 2nd, 2025. Since then, there has been no sighting of Jack and Lilly, and to this day, there is no answers. Yesterday was little Jack's fifth birthday. Where is he? Did he get to celebrate it? We don't know. But hopefully answers are coming soon. As yesterday, uh, DT, the creator, said that he had spoke with Daniel and that Daniel had told him that he had recently went in for a new interrogation or interview and that they had recorded it. We're going to talk about all of that and a lot more with some new interviews that have came out tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. A lot to talk about on the other side of this.
Coming in clutch, better tighten the pearls. Dropping cold facts, got the truth for the world. No smoke, no fluff, just the real that we trust. Hold on to your seat, cause I'm coming in clutch.
Ginger's mom.
Coming in clutch.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options, anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is October 30th, 2025. It is currently 6:45 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Bonjour. Hello. How are you? Good to see you all. Thank you all, beautiful pearls, so much for joining me. Really do appreciate it. Tonight we are talking about Jack and Lilly Sullivan, who vanished from their Pictou County, Nova Scotia home on May 2nd, 2025. And it's been kind of a slow drip of information sporadically, right? And there is a lot to talk about tonight, as last night was Jack's fifth birthday, and he should have been celebrating with a little party, cake, balloons, friends, and family. But did he get to? Not that we're aware of, right? Not that we're aware of. A lot to go over tonight. So get a snack, get a beverage, settle in. It's probably cold or cool wherever you are, unless you're my friends in Australia. And we have a lot to talk about. A lot. So if you don't mind hitting that thumbs up button for my live chat and my replay crew, everyone coming in and watching in a little bit. Thank you so much for joining me. And sharing the live out, if you don't mind, for extra bonus points. Good to see you all in chat. Hello, Susan, Cries, Rachel, Bobby, Tina, Jennifer, Grace, Sherry, Pam, Sheila, Grace. How are you, darling? I was asking your daughter about you, making sure she was okay. Lady Gracious, Abigail, Angel of Light, Susan, Bobby, Sheila, Lady Gracious, Kim, Robin, Jen. Where have you been? Where have you been? Don't you ever leave me like that again. Ever. Mm-mm. Mm. Good to see you, baby. Susan, Peacemaker, Catherine, Pam, Donna, Carolina, Wendy, Joyous. Joyce, I emailed you, by the way. Did you get it? Larry, Angel Wings, Linda, Kelly, Rachel, Bobby, Esther. Thank you so much. Bonjour, Justin. The bubble is bursting. Justice for Lily and Jack. Thank you so much, my friend, for your support. Appreciate that. And we're getting closer. Yeah, we are. We are. And I was in contact with other really well-known media news personalities and all of that. I've emailed them, I've texted them, I have done everything I can, and hopefully there's going to be some more people talking about Jack and Lilly Sullivan, because it's very important, very important. And I do think hopefully some of them will be picking it up soon. Ashley Banfield picked it up. Law and Crime did as well. So, and hopefully, as many people cooperate as much as possible, right? Hello, Kelly, Kim, Pamela, Heidi, Robin, Susan, Jennifer, Little Red. What do you mean, Little Red? Which other cases? Sheila, Roxy, Robin, Grace, D. White, Tina, Half Moon, Wolfie, Susan, Peacemaker, B in Florida. Yes, Ashley did, Law and Crime. There will be others picking it up soon, I'm sure. That's all I can say. But yeah, okay. Thank you guys so much for joining me. There is obviously some media about Jack and Lily's gathering last night. Again, thank you so much to everyone who went there, who put it together, who participated, from family, friends, locals, RCMP. Thank you to each and every one of you, because there's a lot of things that people disagree about in this case, right? But that is one time I believe we can put our differences aside and just focus on Jack and Lily, and that we all want them home. We may differ on our theories about the case, but nonetheless, it's very important that was done. So there's that. Ginger's mom coming in clutch. Thanks so much, Ginger's mom. Blessing. Appreciate you, Ginger's mom. Oh my God, your dog is gorgeous. Gorgeous. Is it a long-haired dachshund? I can't see. It's kind of a small picture. It's that, or I don't think it's an Irish setter. Irish setters are bigger and usually more red, but I'm pretty sure it's a long-haired dachshund. It's gorgeous, darling. Gorgeous. Thank you so much for your support, Ginger's mom. Appreciate you very, very much, my dear. And Joyous Mamacita, thank you so much. Mr. and Mrs. Joyous, thank you so much. I can't even. Thank you so much, my dear. I appreciate you and hubby so much. Thank you. By the way, I emailed you last night. I think it was last night. Suzanne, thank you, my dear. Good to see you. Welcome to the Pearl family. Really do appreciate you, Suzanne. Thank you so much, y'all. Welcome our newest Pearl. And her name is Suzanne. Coming right on in. Welcome, Suzanne. Thank you so very much for your support, my love. Good to see you. Thank you again. Esther, appreciate you. My darling angel of light. Angel of light. I see my darling angel of light. Thank you so much, Angel. I love you, darling. I appreciate you. You are an angel, truly. Thank you so much, my friend. An OG, for sure. Love you, darling. Appreciate you. Thank you so very, very much. If you received one of those memberships from Angel or Joyous, please give them a big, big thank you for their support and contribution. As that, guys, don't forget, tomorrow we are going to be live on this channel and Daphne's. We are going to be having a Halloween bash extravaganza. So make sure you join us. We'll be live 8:30, 9-ish Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you join us. Make sure you join us for that. We will have a ball. You have the most generous members I have ever seen, Justin. Lady Gracious, let me tell you something. I can't even begin to tell you. I'll cry, honestly. I will. Just how beautiful this community is here. Truly. So thank you all. Appreciate you very much. Truly. Okay. I don't want to start crying already. We are going to start out with what the news starts out, and then we're going to get a lot deeper. Enoch, a lot deeper into our deep dive here, right? And we're going to start with what happened yesterday. We love you too, darling. Thank you. Here we go.
Jack without the celebration. His loved ones say they wish they were having cake instead of a vigil.
It's Jack's 5th birthday. It's something that he should be here to celebrate. And
this is Haley, right? This is Malehya's half-sister. She searched for her niece and nephew that day. She wants them home, right? She wants them home. And Daniel, don't forget, has blamed Haley. I got some footage I want to show you that wasn't on the news from last night. And I want you to take a look in a little bit. I'm going to show you what Daniel was just peering at Haley and them. It's like, you're creepy.
Person, we shouldn't be where we are. So it's very important that we had the time to do this.
This is my birthday promise to Jack.
Now I am going to cry as well. Little Belinda. God bless her. God bless her.
Every step is a prayer whispered to the wind, a hope that a search may help our hearts to mend. We hold steadfast the pictures of Lily and Jack, seeking answers to bringing them back.
About 40 people gathered outside the Stellarton RCMP detachment to hear poems, speeches, and shed tears for the two young children, all while holding on to hope.
Both of them deserve better. We deserve answers. They need to be brought back home.
I think we all just need to sit down and have a good cry. I think that's what we need to do. It's that time of year for most of us where it's getting colder, the days are getting shorter, the holidays are drawing near. And sometimes you just need to sit down and have a good cry.
Home safe. It's been 6 months, too long.
This case has truly affected many, as is demonstrated here this evening. I can assure you that we have not wavered in our commitment to determine what has happened to Lily and Jack. Our major crime investigators are working every day to determine the circumstances of their disappearance.
It marked the first time since May loved ones from all sides of the family came together. Tensions have been high since the children's mother, Malehya Brooks-Murray, left her boyfriend, Daniel Martell, at the search scene the day after Jack and Lily disappeared.
I didn't miss the first vigil, and I would definitely not miss this one. Definitely not on Jack's birthday. It's an important date for everybody over the last 6 months, and I wouldn't miss this for the world.
Does he look like he's losing more weight? In your opinion, he looks so much tinier here. Doesn't he? No, Malehya wasn't there. I mean, hell, Malehya hasn't been there for any. Oh, guys, I'm going to tell you something. Malehya. I thought I honestly thought that she cared a little bit more, but I can tell you the way she has been behaving particularly the last 2 months, Malehya, you are, in my opinion, inexcusable as a mother, as a human, the way you're behaving. You should have never had kids, lady. You should have never had kids. If you just want to party and drink and carry on and be a teenager, that's what you should have done. Use a contraceptive. Don't make the children suffer. She makes me Casey Anthony look like an angel. I don't know, but I tell you, she's got the Casey Anthony vibes. I'll tell you that. She's living her best life, y'all. Been at the beach, right? Been at the bar, dicking around. The last thing I could think of for Daniel or Malehya being in their position is adding another person in a relationship when I just got out of a toxic relationship. CPS was at my, the door. Teachers were calling. House is a mess. Kids were filthy. Adding someone by my side whenever the only two that I would need by my side was Jack and Lilly. Wouldn't have time to think about another fucking thing else. I'm getting mad. Oh, baby, she left on day number 2. Essentially, the first day. Essentially. The first day is when it happens, but the first day after that, the second day. Hold on. What just... My StreamYard's acting crazy. Sorry. Seriously. How does she... Would you go to the bar last night, Malehya? With your dude? Did you go to the beach? Did you get drunk out of your mind?
Date for everybody over the last 6 months, and I wouldn't miss this for the world.
Brooks-Murray did not attend the vigil. Her family says she quietly marked Jack's birthday with her mother, and gifts from the vigil would be delivered to her. The children's paternal grandmother, Belinda Gray, says she appreciates the outpouring of support.
People have beautiful hearts, and I know if we give them a chance, everybody can help. Everybody can help, and everybody wants to help. So I think this is beautiful.
Angela McIver, CBC News, Stellarton.
Okay. I'm not sure if there was any... Okay, there wasn't an article to this one. But here we go. This was... Oh, I didn't see this part. Hold on one second.
And Daniel Martell at the search scene the day after Jack and Lilly disappeared.
I didn't miss the first vigil, and I would definitely not miss this one. Definitely not on Jack's birthday.
You wouldn't miss being in front of the camera, would you now, Danny? Would ya? Of course not. Of course not. It's craziness. Absolute craziness. Ludicrous. Just never seen anyone like these two. Ever. All right, let's get on with it. Bear with me. Okay, here is another one of the news. Why didn't he get up and speak for those children? Because he wants to be seen and not heard. I think, my opinion. I don't know. You think he could say a few good words about him.
After almost 6 months, Daniel Martell doesn't believe Lilly and Jack Sullivan are in the woods near their home in Lansdowne Station.
No, he doesn't. Not that he doesn't believe, he knows for a fact, right? That's, again, his words. He knows. Hey, lean on me.
Everything's been searched at this point, so I think everyone's just looking to, what's the alternate, what could happen to the kids other than being in the woods.
The kids were reported missing from their home in
No. I believe the kids are in the woods somewhere. I really do. I don't believe they're in the woods where they could have walked. Big difference. Big difference, in my opinion. They didn't get out and they didn't walk anywhere. And I don't care what side you're on, almost everyone believes that, including the family members. So, no, I do believe they're in the woods somewhere, just not a place where they walked, right? Not seen, not a scent, not heard, nothing. He does, Esther. He does. Absolutely.
Pictou County on May 2nd. Since then, there have been extensive searches with cadaver dogs brought in and RCMP combing through more than 800 tips and over 8,000 video files. Despite little results, Martell says he's doing everything he can to advocate for the kids.
I'm just trying to keep the public informed as much as I can. And I don't know if I'm the...
No. You are, no. You are trying to make yourself look good, Daniel. This is not for Jack and Lilly. It wasn't about Jack and Lilly when you and Malehya had them, and it's certainly not about them now. Period. You can tell if someone, how kids are raised. You can see it. You can see if they're well cared for or not. And they weren't. And like Jen just says here, but clearly, I guess she, meaning Malehya, doesn't put her children first. Not then, and certainly not now. And that means they didn't do it then. It was just, you're here. We got to keep you alive, right? Kind of thing. That's what a lot of these people do. Oops, we had kids. We got to keep them here and but then, to go missing, a 4 and a 6-year-old. And so they didn't care then. They don't care now, which means if they didn't care then and they don't care now, they're never going to care. Period.
Best voice to be speaking for Lilly and Jack, but I'm still going to do it anyway, and for the kids.
Martell was one of many who attended the silent vigil at Stellarton's RCMP detachment to mark Jack's 5th birthday on Wednesday evening. Many of who came with the hope the event will keep the story at the forefront. For the maternal aunts of the kids, the last 6 months have been difficult, especially with speculation and accusations online about the family.
Absolutely miserable. It's a nightmare that I wish we could just wake up from and...
I feel sorry for Haley. I do. Because this is her niece and nephew. And Daniel has blamed her. And she was just there to help. And it's got to be hard for perhaps sister Malehya to see her not. I mean, seriously, Haley has done more for Jack and Lilly than Malehya since they went missing. That says something, right? Malehya never searched. Haley searched. Malehya has never done an interview other than the one interview. She's done interviews here on the news and online here. And she's got to be torn. She's got to be torn about, was my sister with this piece of whatever? And does she know? Because I would say, I believe she thinks Daniel did something, and her words is she rode his ass in the first few days or couple days that she was there.
You know, I wouldn't wish this on anybody.
Vigil organizer Kent Corbett says the event is an opportunity to show support to the family and bring the community together.
We can let the family know that Pictou County and Nova Scotia and beyond are not going to rest until we find answers and bring Jack and Lily home.
Pictou County's warden adds their disappearance has significantly impacted the area, but caution.
Yep, you're absolutely right, Passion Flower. Malehya may not get Meadow back if she's bar hopping with men. Yeah. The truth comes out. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Against speculation about the case.
They belong to all of us. It takes a village to raise a child. Well, it also takes a village, the whole county, to protect these children.
For Martell, he's touched with how many people came out for the kids.
You know, people are still standing here in the cold just, for Lily and Jack, especially Jack on his birthday.
Angela Capobianco, Global News, Stellarton, Nova Scotia.
Yeah, they're not there to just try to clear themselves, right? They're actually there because they make it a priority. So there's that. Hey, Miss Tina, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your support. Love you, darling. Can we clarify the neighbors? Well, we're going to get to it. Don't you worry, baby. Don't you worry. DT said RCMP put out an email to media that the neighbor stories were incorrect. They were indeed was cameras in the vicinity that picked up no car. They put out a statement that they didn't have evidence to corroborate what they said, but just because that doesn't mean it never happened, right? They don't have evidence that Jack or Lily walked out of the house other than they're disappeared, right? They don't have evidence that they didn't walk in the woods because there's nothing. They don't have evidence that they were taken because apparently there was nothing. That doesn't mean something bad didn't happen to them, right? Hey, Jam, good to see you. Hey, Blinky, Claudia. So, no, I disagree. But we'll get to that. Thank you so much, my dear. Thank you so much. Clearly, either Jack or Lily walked out of the fencing area, walked up the driveway, and walked straight down the freaking road, which we're going to get into, and nobody seen them. So let's think about that. If Jack and Lilly went out into the driveway, think about this, people. Don't let people just pull something over your eyes. If they walked out of the freaking road and made a right and went over there where this, toward the blanket and the boot prints, they would have been seen on camera too. You think? They would have been seen on camera just as well as a car if that happened. If there was a camera in that area. Come on, guys. Hello. You get what I'm saying? Let me show you. I'm going to get sidetracked, but I want to show you. I don't want to get into that just yet, but I just want to show you what I'm saying. Really, really great point, Justin. Though, don't let people bullshit you. Again, I don't know who's... So, the theory is that if Jack and Lilly, right, left the gate, the footsteps was right here, and they came up here, right, and they went down all the way here, and up through here, nobody saw them, no car, no anything, right? They also had drones out within 15 minutes. But if Jack and Lilly walked out here, went down here, well, they would have been seen on camera just as well as a car being on camera in the night. There is no difference. You have to use the same logic if it's the same area. It's just that simple. So, there's that. Hi, Daphne. Good to see you. Robin, Callie, Suzanne. Bonnie, it won't. It won't. It won't. It won't. I've looked at every avenue. Every avenue. The last thing someone wants to think is that someone that was in that house did or at least knows something. And the only logical thing, the way they have lied on a 4 and a 6-year-old, the multiple stories, the buffoonery, changing of stories, none of it matches or makes sense. I've been on this case since it was 3 hours old, since the 911 call went in. I have been on this case. 3 hours of them being reported missing. I've seen it all since day one. And I gave Daniel a lot of credit in the beginning. A lot. More credit than I ever gave Malehya. But I have seen it with my own eyes. Parents do not lie on a 4 and a 6-year-old. They're not there to clear their own name. Fuck my name. Let's find the kids and then we'll hash it out. Then we'll know. How about that? Let's just find Jack and Lilly and then we'll know. Not, oh my God. Oh my God. This makes me look, clear me, clear me, clear me. But you're welcome to not agree with me. Okay, moving forward. Let's see here. What else do we got? Was there okay, there was one more. Did we see this one? Did I show that? Okay, I showed that one. We got a lot to cover tonight. So just bear with me as I pull it all together. So DT and other sources have spoken on this, and like I said, we're going to get into it a little bit here in a little bit. Daniel wrecked the third car allegedly on the day, am I correct, that he has this RCMP interview? American, sorry. The same day. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Joanne. Good to see you, love. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Justin, my question is, if they didn't see Jack and only Lilly that morning, how did they know what they were wearing? Well, Daniel says that what Malehya told the police, and maybe the audience member who disagrees with me, maybe she should ask one of these questions to Daniel. Daniel says that what Malehya said that they were wearing isn't actually what they were wearing, right? And how is he, why is he saying that? And why would he not take that to the RCMP and say, no, I allegedly saw Lilly that morning and she was wearing something else, right? Why wouldn't you do that? Kind of interesting, right? Let me show you this real quick. This is the exact backpack and boots. This is the backpack that is missing. It is like a cream collar corduroy. Remember for us, those kids of the 80s and 90s, those corduroy pants that we used to wear, or some of us still do. They're just a little different style now. And the strawberries. Cute little backpack. Also, I do have a question. Malehya said she got the boots. Did she get them at Walmart? Did she get these at Walmart? Just like a day or two before they went missing? Are these the boots? She had the receipt. It's very odd. Very odd. But you're absolutely right, Joanne. You're absolutely right. Yeah. Thank you so much, my dear. Hey, Rachel. Good to see you. Thank you so much. Hope studio flooring going well. It's a little delayed right now, but we're getting there. Thank you so much, my dear. Since the live, with your alert, your heart has been deep into this. Thank you so much, Voice for the Voiceless, coming in clutch, and appreciate you. Thank you so much, Rach. I appreciate you, my dear. Thank you so much for your support, my love. Really, really do appreciate that. Very kind of you. We just need this to find Jack and Lily, let the pieces fall where they may, and get justice for these kids and move on, right? So everyone can move on. But we're going to keep trying until something happens. But I do believe things are I do believe things are moving, which is great. Certainly need that. Right. I have a camera pointed at my car in the driveway. Hold on, where was the comment? Is about 40 feet long. They will pick up anyone coming in from my driveway, and sometimes cars on the road. They never get people on the sidewalk, though. Yeah, it just depends on if it's like a Ring doorbell, if it's a censored, if it's got the sensor on, how high the sensor is, if it's like a DVR security system. So many different variables, right? So many different variables. But there's nothing right in that area. There's no camera right in that area that picked up a vehicle or children. Of course, they would stop along the way, get distracted, and play with things very easily. Well, and you got to remember, it's cold. It's wet. And we're going to talk about that this evening as well. We're going to talk about those footprints. I've talked a lot about the blanket, right? Talked a lot about that blanket. I went on a rant for 3 weeks about that blanket. And finally, Daniel talked about it. And then the RCMP finally acknowledged the blanket. Because remember, for months, RCMP would not acknowledge that pink blanket. Even the news said, RCMP won't say anything about a blanket. Well, now they acknowledge it. Malehya said it was, sorry, out of breath, Jack and Lily in the beginning. And Daniel said it wasn't. You know, the one he threw away? The one that he threw away? You threw away that, Daniel? And you wouldn't acknowledge that that was Lily's blanket? Wonder why. Wonder why. Patriot Girl, thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you very much. Lily wouldn't carry a backpack far. It would slow her down, or left on the road, etc. 1,000%. 1,000%. Lily's not going to carry that backpack. They're not going to walk that far in those boots, in that cold. What does all of them say? Jack and Lily, when they got cold or wet or whatever, they would go right back inside. These kids were not watched. When they got home, you know it, I know it. These kids were not watched. They went in and out when they chose, whatever. They just weren't watched. They would go back inside. It's what they did. And you're right. Lily's not carrying that backpack. Jack isn't walking. One second. Just thinking. Janie always said Jack wouldn't walk fast, right? And he didn't like to walk. And so Lily would say, "Come on, Jackie. Come on, Jackie. Come on, Jackie." Always trying to get him to come on. You think he's going to be walking over 1 kilometer quickly? Or even at a half of a snail's pace? And nobody's going to see him or her, hear them. Nothing. The helicopter, all the people that was out there, the drones that was up. When I say minutes after they arrived, I mean minutes. 10 minutes of them being there, they were already looking over the lakes and stuff and around the lakes. So come on. Come on now. So you're right. You're right, Patriot. Thank you so much, dear. Panda, good to see you, my love. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Justice for Lord, blah, blah, blah. Keep me updated on that Panda, please. Hopefully he's found soon. Too many missing. Too many missing. Jennifer, thank you so much, my dear. Appreciate you. Thank you, Justin, for all you do. Thank you so much, Jennifer, for your support. I appreciate that so much, my friend. And thank you for those kind words. I really, really, really do appreciate it. So good to hear. Thank you, my love. Appreciate it. I heard father what? Backpack packed a few days. Close as mom planned to meet up with whoever took them, my opinion, I hope, versus worst. Rachel, there is nothing more in this world than I would like to see than Jack and Lily safe and sound, right? And that the parents have no involvement in any way or family or any shape, form. Nobody wants to think of something like that, right? But it's an imperfect world and people do really horrible things. Like I was just covering, I was talking about the case in North Carolina. The dad unaliving 3 of his bio kids and one of his stepsons, threw them in the garage in the trunk of the car. They were there since May. Just found them. And left a 3-year-old. Crazy. Banaboo, good to see you, love. How you doing? Thank you so much, my friend. Really appreciate you, Banaboo. Hopefully you and yours are well. You're welcome. And I love the name. You're welcome, Banaboo 350. That's our news. Thank you so much, Banaboo. Good to see you, my dear. Thank you, Miss Grace. Really appreciate you, my friend. Justin, do you think the RCMP checked for videos on the path D and M took coming home from the stores on Thursday? I do. Yes. I personally do. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to get into what Daniel said to DT and stuff, and that'll we'll kind of loop it all around there, because there's a lot to unpack tonight. Did I play this
A
part?
birthday card for Jack.
Yes, I played that. Okay. I don't think I have any more before we get into it. I need to read this article. Hold on, is this the same article? We deserve answers. Okay. All right. Make sure I'm right here. Exit out of that. All right. We're going to play this one right here. And while I play that, I'm going to go use the bathroom. I need to.
A birthday card for
I tend to drink too much Diet Pepsi.
Jack without the celebration. His loved ones say they wish they were having cake instead of a vigil.
It's Jack's 5th birthday. It's something that he should be here to celebrate in person. We shouldn't be where we are. So it's very important that we had the time to do this.
This is my birthday promise to Jack. Every step is a prayer whispered to the wind, a hope that a search may help our hearts to mend. We hold steadfast the pictures of Lilly and Jack, seeking answers to bringing them back.
About 40 people gathered outside the Stellarton RCMP detachment to hear poems, speeches, and shed tears for the 2 young children, all while holding on to hope.
Both of them deserve better. We deserve answers. They need to be brought back home safe. It's been 6 months, too long.
This case has truly affected many, as is demonstrated here this evening. I can assure you that we have not wavered in our commitment to determine what has happened to Lilly and Jack. Our major crime investigators are working every day to determine the circumstances of their disappearance.
It marked the first time since May loved ones from all sides of the family came together. Tensions have been high since the children's mother, Malehya Brooks-Murray, left her boyfriend, Daniel Martell, at the search scene the day after Jack and Lilly disappeared.
I didn't miss the first vigil, and I would definitely not miss this one. Definitely not on Jack's birthday. It's an important date for everybody over the last 6 months, and I wouldn't miss this for the world.
Brooks-Murray did not attend the vigil. Her family says she quietly marked Jack's birthday with her mother, and gifts from the vigil would be delivered to her. The children's paternal grandmother, Belinda Gray, says she appreciates the outpouring of support.
People have beautiful hearts, and I know if we give them a chance, everybody can help. Everybody can help, and everybody wants to help. So I think this is beautiful.
I don't think Janie was there.
CBC News, Stellarton.
I don't think Janie was there at all. Okay. Now we've oh crap, why did I do that? I think I might have it pulled up on Facebook then. 1 second. One second here. Did y'all see this? Did y'all see this? On September 19th, Austin went live to discuss the announcement that police would be bringing in cadaver dogs as part of the investigation. About halfway through the video, a comment from Martell appears. Quote, "I should release all the information I brought to major crimes, and that would point fingers. It's undeniable, and I hold back," end quote, Martell wrote. Yeah, Daniel was in a chat room saying that he should release all the information he brought to major crimes. And that would point fingers. It's undeniable, and I hold back. Really, Daniel? Daniel, I think the only thing you hold back, in my opinion, is enough to keep your two asses out of the clink. Because you've thrown everything at the wall if it would stick, to see if it would stick, right? Blaming Malehya. You'd see her in prison with Meadow, would visit. All kinds, endless text. I've got endless texts of you throwing Malehya under the bus. Malehya's sister, right? Saying she planted the blanket. The neighbors saying they did something. You throw anything you can. Yeah. Despite acknowledging that unfounded theories do arise, ownership. Okay, that's something else. Okay. Remember, Daniel always says there's more to this case than meets the eye. Says it in almost every interview, almost every time someone texts him. Always says things like Jack and Lilly weren't wearing what they said they were wearing, that there's this mystery something missing in the kitchen, that Jack's jacket was taken and then it wasn't, that Malehya stole his two sweaters, even though she didn't take anything for herself and the baby, and wrote a note in lipstick in the bathroom. And now that jacket of Jack's has supposedly been found, and those two sweaters have been found, even though we have not seen those sweaters since. Also, this pink blanket that was missing, that was there in the window, and then missing for months. There's now a new pink blanket in Jack and Lily's bedroom. Wouldn't talk about the blanket for months. Didn't want to talk about it. Denied it. And then says now that he believes it's planted. I agree with you with that, Daniel. He actually says RCMP says they told him it was planted. And in fact, they supposedly just interviewed him about that and other things in the last few days, the day he allegedly had his wreck. All of these things that he blames other people. But then magically this coat of Jack's supposedly is found, then the shirts and all that. Kind of interesting, don't you think? I don't believe you, Daniel, at all. Like, at all. In fact, you said you thought those sweaters were stolen, that Malehya had taken those, and if they were found with Jack and Lilly, it was there to set you up. Come on. Sergeant Chris Marshall, commander of the Southwest Nova Scotia Major Crime Unit, said, generally speaking, those sorts of tips can and have helped move investigations forward. Interesting. That was back on September 26th. Okay. Now, damn. Give me 1 second. I apologize. I'm just trying to see if there's anything in this article that they didn't say in the video before we get on to the yeah, it was very emotional yesterday. The vigil marked the first time that loved ones from all sides of Lilly and Jack's family have come together since May. Tensions have been high since Brooks-Murray left her boyfriend Daniel Martell at the search scene following a disagreement between the two families rather. The day after the children went missing, Martell is Lilly and Jack's stepfather. He's not the stepfather. We need to stop saying stepfather. We need to say the mother's boyfriend. Brooks-Murray and Martell are no longer in a relationship. Members of Brooks-Murray's family, the parents' paternal grandmother, and Martell all gathered at for the somber occasion, as night fell over rural Nova Scotia town, where a makeshift memorial has been growing. At the base of a post, a white lighthouse embellished with Jack and Lilly's name sat encompassed by brightly colored stuffed animals, dinky cars, and flickering candles. Look at this little picture of Jack and Lilly. Bless their hearts. Lilly just looks she looks like she would be fun, like just to keep, look at their poor coats. Sad, man. Very sad. Okay. Moving forward. Is this today? Let me see if I showed this or not. Okay, this is one I didn't see, actually. Bear with me, guys.
A new update in the investigation into the disappearance of 6-year-old Lilly and 4-year-old Jack Sullivan is raising more questions than answers. The sister and brother went missing nearly 5 months ago, and on Wednesday, the Northeast Nova RCMP Major Crimes Unit announced their efforts to locate the children continue.
Are you considering this a criminal investigation yet? We're still investigating it as a missing person act. We don't have, we follow facts and evidence. So we collect the information, and from that we base our decision making.
But for former officers like Jim Hoskins, everything made public in this case suggests criminal activity.
So you got 2 kids missing under those kind of circumstances. To me, definitely a major crime and a possible criminal offense somewhere. Something nefarious, to me, may very well have happened.
Not to mention a $150,000 reward for information, something Hoskins says you don't typically see in missing persons files.
All the techniques for a major crime are on display. They just haven't said it is a criminal investigation.
When the search first began back in May, sniffer dogs were called on scene. These dogs were specifically trained to pick up human scent, including that of recent human remains. Near the end of summer, human remains detecting dogs searched the area. The difference being these dogs can detect the scent of human remains months and even years following death. The dogs and their handlers scoured the 40-kilometer search area over the past few weeks, but turned up nothing.
98% of those dogs usually find something if it's there, especially after 5 months.
Did they find anything? They didn't find a scent where Jack and Lilly walked down the road or behind their home. All of these cases, which, to be honest with you, I don't have a lot of faith in a lot of the, not so much the dogs, but the handlers, some of the handlers, but all of these cases that are very mysterious, notice how none of them pick up a scent and how there is a lot of discrepancies. You don't see this in cases that are solved quickly because there's a scent and there's not a lot of discrepancies, and the parents are out doing what they do, which is advocate for their
The longer
children.
decomposition takes place, the stronger the scent is for these dogs.
McCammon says there is no evidence at this time that may lead to criminal charges, but his team is open to every possibility as the search for Jack and Lilly drags on.
I know there's a lot of public interest in this file, and we want answers just like everybody else, and we're working as hard as we possibly can to get there. We will continue to gather information, review, and take action.
He encourages anyone with information to contact Nova Scotia RCMP or Crime Stoppers. Ella MacDonald, Global News, Halifax.
What I think they need to do is also get the scent of anyone in the house and see if it leads to a trail anywhere as well, in my opinion. Okay. I think that is it before we move right along here. I will say the Advocate website. I wanted to show you this real quick. Cold cases in northeastern Nova Scotia subject to $150,000 reward 6 hours ago. Jack and Lilly Sullivan. I don't believe it's a cold case at all, but it's there. So I just wanted to show y'all that it is there. Yeah. Okay. Oh. Was it this? Maybe it was this. 1 second. Okay, I want to show you this real quick. I want to show you Daniel. Look how he's looking at Haley. Oops, wrong one. Last night. Very weird.
I hope you enjoy and the schedule.
This is credit to Daphne. Here's Mr. Martell. Hold on.
In the woods where shadows lay, Jack and Lily went to play. On a rainy May afternoon,
It's gonna, yes, it's gonna pan back.
now we whisper hope soft too. Echoes of laughter fill the air, but where are they? We stand in prayer. Oh, Jack and Lily, where have you gone? We'll hold on tight through this endless storm. In our hearts forever you'll
Watch him.
stay. With every prayer we say your way.
He knew the camera. He saw the camera was pointed toward him. Try that. Let's dry that non-existent tear. Watch him. You couldn't even muster it here.
Gathered hearts so
Watch
strong,
him. He stands there and looks at him.
searching deep where they belong. Through the trees and storms they roam, wishing every child came home. But take my, we'll hold on. We'll hold on tight to this endless
Watch him.
storm.
Out of his eyes.
In our hearts forever you'll stay. With every prayer we send away.
He's very uncomfortable right there. Watching.
We'll keep the hope alive till in the silence love will lead the way.
Everyone else is emotional. Aunts, aunties are emotional. It was their lobster. What
The
lobster?
next clip is the short that I uploaded last night and
Who's she? What-
with the
she with what?
CTV.
Who's she, baby? Okay. All right. Let's get on with it now. Oh, one more thing, I promise. I've been working a lot today. I want to show you this. I did not see this. And if I didn't see this, I'm sure a lot of y'all did not see this back then. Look at this. It's 1 minute 56 seconds.
So the ideal solution is we locate them. We got to find these kids.
For Nick Oldreeve of Please Bring Me Home, the goal of their involvement in the search for Lilly and Jack Sullivan, who went missing on May 2nd from their home in Lansdowne Station, is to shake the tree.
You know, maybe it implores somebody to send in a tip if they know something, and you know, or the search efforts continue and they're in those woods.
He says the nonprofit group has only been involved in the case for about 5 days, but adds the children's grandmother, Belinda Gray, had reached out to them back in May. Oldreeve says they've had success so far in getting more information out, circulating a statement on October 13th that they say is from Lilly and Jack's mother, Malehya Brooks-Murray.
I'm not so sure about these guys. I think AB did a good video on them. Seems a little weird. Something going on there, in my opinion. Something's a little bit weird. Okay, here we go, guys. So I want to cover some of the things from last night. on DT's channel that he said about Mr. Martell talking about his interview. We got a lot to go over. So batten down the hatches. Here we go. Credit goes to DT Show. Link is provided in the description. Let me give him credit. Mods, if you don't mind dropping his channel in chat periodically as well. Bear with me. Okay, here we go.
What do you think about that?
Everything. So in my head, I feel like he's not necessarily eliminated.
Right.
I don't think anybody is.
Well,
let me see what he.
I suspect you, but they're going to. I mean, if they're recording your conversation, it's
okay. Here we go.
Obviously, was going to reach out. Not the human remains detective search of your callers.
Thank you.
The news, not the breaking news or anything. Some of the news that happened.
I love Dr. Is it Vanna? I love her. I think she's a very rational individual. Like I enjoy her commentary very much.
Happened over the weekend was that Daniel had gotten into an accident. Now, what did happen that I found interesting, and that was I got word from somebody. I can't really disclose like who some of these folks are because, you know, if you ruin your sources and stuff like that, then they're not going to tell you anything anymore. You know what I'm saying?
1,000%.
I have people.
What? I'm so great. I'm so sorry. I was reading your comment there. It's I'm sorry your brother's going through that, and you as a family member. They will hear voices, and they'll break into houses, and they'll do a lot of things that they would not normally do. And you know, the thing about it is they never. You don't know what you're putting in your body. You know, every batch is different, right? And some will really
who I talk to that are very close to, well, we know that I talked to Daniel and Jamie, you know, but I've talked to other people that are very close to Malehya. I've talked to Malehya through them. And so now I've talked to other people that just kind of live in the area. I've talked to a lot.
Yeah, Jane, I mean, you know, and you know, that's, I want to make clear, I have a lot of respect for DT. In fact, we agreed on Brian Koberger, and most cases him and I agree on most cases. We don't agree on this one though. Which, you know, sometimes you agree on things, sometimes you don't. I think he kind of came on the case a lot later than I think like myself, Sunny, Daphne, and stuff. And you know, I don't think he got to see the early days of Daniel and all the text messages. You know, so that makes me wonder, you know, maybe he didn't get to see those, and just how much he has absolutely lied.
Neighbors from Nova Scotia. I've talked to some other folks. I'm trying to get in touch with some of the ground search crew so I can get interviews with them about what they found, or you know, during the initial search, not the hazard, or not the hazard, the human remains detective search.
Guys, is the background music too loud? I don't want it to be too loud, but I have to play the background music for fair use. So just you got to be able to hear it, but I don't want it to be
detection search.
Overwhelming.
The other
That's
one.
interesting.
Hey, Charmaine.
Yeah, the original search. I'm trying to get a couple of people, if not one specific person, to come on the channel and do an interview about what it is they saw out there on their search, what kind of search that they did, more focusing on the search itself. Stuff that came here are just kind of close to that. That supposedly, now
listen to this.
Right before Daniel had his accident, I got word that supposedly, now I can only confirm half.
Watch Dr. Vanna's face as well. I love to watch her.
For this, that Daniel and Malehya were asked to come in separately and speak to law enforcement, and that there was a 2-hour interrogation / recorded conversation there with.
Wondering if anyone went from the reservation went to vigils. Not that I'm afraid of. Not that I'm aware of, rather. But Lobster might be able to tell you more. Yeah, Women's Warrior. I mean, I know.
Law enforcement after some of the stuff that's kind of been stirred up is what I was told.
So this was recently?
Yeah, like Thursday or Friday.
Wow.
Yeah, Thursday or Friday. Yeah, I'll talk to Dr. too. I did hear Malehya had one as well. Daphne, I have heard that. I hope she did. And I hope that they had it the same day. I hope that they were both there at the same time. It doesn't sound like it, but I hope that they were both there at the same time. One was in one room, one was in the other. I'm not convinced of that, but
wow.
Right. So I found this out. So I obviously was going to reach out to Daniel. And as I'm reaching out to Daniel, I get a picture of his car totaled and all this other stuff, right? And
now I do find it very interesting that if it was the day that Daniel had a accident, again, his third in less than 6 months, and he had an interview that day, and he had to see his daughter that day. I don't know if they do a rug test every time, but I find both of those scenarios interesting. Charmaine, was it the same day that he had the interview, the wreck? Because I think he had the wreck early, now that I think about it, didn't he? Oh, let's see what she says. Let me know if I miss it.
And so I'm like, okay, this is interesting. So I'm waiting until, Daniel's obviously healthy and safe and we find out he's okay. And then I began asking like, hey, is this true? Finally got in touch with him today, and he informed me that it was true. That the RCMP asked him. He has no idea if Malehya was asked or not asked to go in and speak with them, but that he was asked to come in and speak with RCMP. And the premises around what they were questioning him about or talking him to about was what he did that morning, right around the time that 911 was called. And what they were trying to eliminate him as, and he said that they'd already asked him these questions, but they kept asking him over, and they said it was a recorded conversation.
Yeah, so they either asked him to come in or they came and got him. I don't know. He did a 2-hour interview, and they recorded him. That is essentially an interrogation. Wanted to know about that morning. Wonder why. Could it be that they were interested in why you guys said it was 8 a.m. was the last time you saw Jack and Lily? Or could it be you didn't call until 10:01? Any of that?
He is under the impression that it's not an interrogation, that they were just kind of talking. I'm like, dude, I don't feel that way.
Let me tell you something. I'm glad Daniel feels that way. I'm glad Daniel feels that this is, no interrogation here. These are my buddies. They pick me up. They'll give me, some gummy bears while I ride in the back seat of the car as they go vroom vroom down the road. I'm glad that Daniel thinks that. That's more than, if I was being interviewed like that, I would be a little bit different, but we'll see.
I strongly suspect that this is, not necessarily an interrogation where they suspect you, but they're going to, if they're recording your conversation, it's for a reason.
Well, it makes me wonder, with these newly redacted information that we have, this car, 2 individuals, 2 neighbors hearing the car at night now. And then we're hearing about Daniel and possibly Malehya being interviewed about that morning and that night as well. I also wonder, did they get something back? Did they get any data back of something that can take a long time? Are they trying to compare that against some data? Someone coming forward that we don't know about? Trying to someone interviews you again and they want to know about your story that morning that the kids went missing. It's obviously for a reason, right?
I'm saying,
Yeah.
and so what they were wanting to talk to him about was what he saw that morning when he drove down Lansdowne Station down road where the pink blanket was. And so he told them what he'd seen, and he said that he drove down there and that he was driving about 15 miles an hour, looking back and forth, trying to figure out where the kids were, turned around.
Could it be that going back on all of Daniel's interviews, I was the first to ask him, because nobody asked him, I said, Daniel, which way did you go when you first turned out of the parking lot or your driveway? And it was in this chat, and that's when he started talking about which way, like he drove the actual names of the roads. It was just, I drove through every, looked in every culvert, every dirt road, all of that. And ever since then, he'll give the names and all of that. And like I noticed, what he has said is essentially precisely what the neighbors said. And remember, the first person, the first neighbor that spoke to the RCMP was the day the kids went missing. That day, the one neighbor, and told precisely the story Daniel said, except the neighbor said it was at during the early hours of the morning. So the neighbor couldn't have, just not like Daniel for whatever reason and made this up. Right? They said it the day Jack and Lily went missing. The day. Daniel, 3 months later, said how he went. He went down Lansdowne Station, or, went Lansdowne, turned around, went back up. Right. So I find that interesting. I'm wondering
Around and came back. And about that time is when I guess law enforcement had shown up, because he runs out, runs into the woods. Malehya calls, I guess she had to leave the house and get up higher to call 911 because of the service.
Okay, listen to this right here. Listen to this.
Runs into the woods, turned around and came back. And about that time is when I guess law enforcement had shown up, because he runs out, runs into the woods. Malehya calls, I guess she had to leave the house and get.
So Malehya has to leave the house now. Malehya has to leave the house now? That's interesting, Daniel, because you said in your interview, your first sit-down interview, that you were running down the hill and Malehya was on the phone with 911. Outside, on the phone with 911, right in front of Janie's camper, talking to Janie. Then Malehya says that in the document that she has to go inside the camper, turn off her Wi-Fi, and stand in a corner inside the trailer. Now it's, I guess she had to leave the house. Let me see here. Let me see if I can find it in the documents real quick. 911. Okay. She said, I called 911. Janie got her coat on and boots, then walked. Daniel was searching for them. Her brother called again around 10. Okay, that's not it. That was it. Malehya said she had a conversation with Janie in the yard and told her the kids were missing. Janie got ready and went to look for them. She told Malehya she heard them outside playing and Daniel yelling. Malehya said she does not think she opened her phone or sent any messages around that time. Yes, you did, Malehya. You called your mother early hours. of the morning. Remember that? She did call her mother and her grandmother after she called the police. No, Malehya, you called before as well. She said she used Text Plus because it allowed Wi-Fi calling. She since deleted the app because she doesn't need it anymore. She did not use Text Plus to call 911 because it does not let you, she says. Okay, 1 second. Malehya said Jack and Lee were missing before. When she came outside after waking up again, she said Malehya standing at the rock pile was holding Meadow. Malehya said Jack and Lily were missing, and she called 911. One second. I want to find that part. She said it's a corner. Let me find that word. This is going to bother me if I can't find it. Okay. Maybe this is the old one. I could probably have to find it in a little bit, guys. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. That's why. Let me go ahead and play this. But she said it, I promise.
Up higher to call 911 because of the service.
Okay, look.
And I guess law enforcement had shown up because he runs out, runs into the woods. Malehya calls, I guess she had to leave the house and get up higher to call 911 because of the service.
Oh my gosh, imagine that.
Yeah, because the only way they had service in the house, like they could make Wi-Fi calls and things like that, but for whatever reason, you couldn't call 911 through it. And so
you couldn't call 911 through it. That is true, but she could have called 911 through her Wi-Fi, through her regular phone, without the app. You don't need an app to call 911 through Wi-Fi. You can call it simply through your phone through Wi-Fi. That app does not let you call it through the app, though, whether you have service or not. If you have Wi-Fi, you can do Wi-Fi calling 911 send. But here it's sounding like Malehya left the property and had to reach higher ground.
She had to get off of that and get on regular, like, I guess, your regular service for your phone. And then she had to go outside or go somewhere, whether it was outside or inside, I don't know. But she had to go.
Okay, I'm a little confused here. Maybe he misspoke. Because he said she had to leave. She had to leave. And now he's saying, I don't know if she went outside or inside. Well, Daniel said she was outside in his interview. When he was running down the hill, she was already on the phone with 911. Malehya says in her document that she was in the corner of the trailer, which Janie said you can't get service like that. We're in the trailer. How would she leave if he had her car? That as well. But how would he know as well if he wasn't there? and he was, zipping around Lansdowne. Yeah, I just want to make sure.
When he drove down Land Station down road, where the pink blanket was. And so he told them what he'd seen, and he said that he drove down there and that he was driving about 15 miles an hour, looking back and forth, trying to figure out where the kids were, turned around and came back. And about that time is when I guess law enforcement had shown up.
Which is precisely what the neighbor said. He went down right there where Lansdowne, turned around and came back. And then by the time he comes back, but this is the problem. How did Daniel check these rivers and these streams and these? Oh, was she Sherry? Good. I'll have to dig into it in a little bit. How did he check these rivers, these culverts, and these streams when he just went down there? When did he get to go to the trails? When did he get to do any of that? Exactly, Joyous. In waist deep water that no one saw was wet. Bingo. There we go, girl. Nancy, yes, she was, and Janie said she heard she had already called 911 when she saw her outside. Ooh, what did Nancy say? Where's Nancy? Nancy, to the office, please. Nancy. I don't see Nancy. Why can I not see Nancy? Where's Nancy? I need to see Nancy's comment. Nancy, to the office, please. You're being paged. This is Janie. It's almost Halloween. I'm getting my hair done. And you're going to see me tomorrow. Okay, Nancy? So the first said that Malehya had to go to the corner and the kitchen to call 911. Oh, Nancy, I don't remember that. I guess that was 2,000 stories ago. Not 2,000 years, but 2,000 stories ago. That just in 6 months, my little Danny, talks. We're going to have a blast tomorrow, guys. It's going to be Janie and Earl to the office, please. Janie and Earl to the office. If anybody wants to play a Daniel, we need a Daniel.
Because he runs out, runs into the woods. Malehya calls, I guess she had to leave the house.
Okay. So he says here that, and he might remember, this is what he's been told, allegedly, or he might be misunderstanding it wrong. But he says Daniel leaves the house, Malehya calls, and she has to get higher ground. Malehya couldn't go anywhere because she has a child on her side. Remember that. A child on her side. And she couldn't go anywhere.
And get up higher to call 911 because of the service.
Oh my gosh, imagine that.
Yeah, because the only way they had service in the house, they could make Wi-Fi calls and things like that, but for whatever reason, you couldn't call 911 through it. And so she had to get off of that and get on regular, your regular service for your phone. And then she had to go outside or go somewhere, whether it was outside or inside, I don't know. But she had to go stand in a specific spot, call 911. And that during this time, Daniel had kind of ran a little.
Because you said, why did she have to go to the corner of the house when she was playing, like when Daniel said she was playing on her phone, her games, and looking at Facebook? Why did you have to go in the corner of the house? Yeah, so Daniel says in the morning, Malehya used his phone, that her phone was dead. I don't see Malehya's phone ever going dead, number one. She can't live without it 2 seconds. And number two, if he's asleep, how the hell does he know? And he said Malehya uses the phone to report that the kids are, through the app, that they're not going to be there that morning. And then later he says Malehya was on her phone scrolling through Facebook. But I do understand through that app, you cannot call 911. That is true. 100% true. You can't call 911 through that app. But you can call it through Wi-Fi, through your phone.
A little bit around the area, came back, got in the white Pathfinder, and then circled around toward.
No, wait a second. Hold on.
During this time, Daniel had kind of ran a little bit around the area, came back.
Oh, he ran around a little bit around the area. Couldn't have ran very far because they came quickly.
Got in the white Pathfinder, and then circled around towards, I guess, the railroad tracks and then up the dirt road, kind of looking around.
The dirt road. Behind the house? Look at the doctor's face. She's like, yeah, I'm not behind this bullshit. You see, Daniel was up on the hill when Janie and Malehya, when Malehya was outside. Right? Janie says Daniel went up the hill. Daniel said he went up the hill. He said it took him 30 seconds. He said he came back down the hill. Oh, I knew I could find something right now, and this would be really good. He came back down the hill, and by the time he came back down, his mom was out there with Malehya. Janie says, Malehya, what's up? Malehya said, the kids are missing. She said, how long? And she says, about 20 minutes. Daniel says, when he comes back down the hill, he goes to the front door. It's locked because of something he installed or whatever, a damn thing. To keep the bear out. Then he runs back around, and then he gets the car keys, because he says there's 2 sets of car keys, and then he leaves. Janie says she gets on her shoes. And she runs back behind the house. And she says that's where she meets Daniel. And she says, Daniel. Okay, listen to this. Daniel, have you found him? She says, no. And Daniel says, "Are you coming with me?" They went the opposite way yet met. Yeah. But Daniel says, Daniel says, "Are you coming with me?" And she says, "No, I'm going to stay here." And Daniel left. But the way Daniel tells it here, that's the last place he went, was back there behind the house. It's just a bunch of bullshit.
Towards, I guess he has a family member's house out in that direction, and then he came back. Now, what he said that they were, kind of talking to him, or what they wanted to do is eliminate him as the person who possibly planted the blanket out there. That they, because he had told me a while back, and he told me again.
What I'm really wanting to get is the shoe prints. That's what we're really going to get.
Now that a while back that they had told him it was planted when he was talking to him when they were doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I asked him if in this interview again, if they told him it was planted, and he said no. Now he didn't ask, but they were trying to eliminate that as a possibility. And what do you think about that?
Can we just take a moment to look at Dr. Vanna's face? She's just like, I love her. I adore her, actually. Yeah, that's what I look a lot like. I'm like, what the fuck? Is this another one of Daniel's stories? She's really down to earth. I really like her. And she really tries to be very understanding.
I don't know, that I'm like thinking about it, and I'm thinking about, like, we talked about the blanket and stuff too, and I think it's good that they pull him in and ask him about it, but I do think that it's evidence that they're still, like, evident that they're still watching and listening to everything. So in my head, I feel like he's not necessarily eliminated.
Damn sure.
I don't think anybody is.
That's true.
Well, I mean, they are, but do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like hopefully they're not just looking down his lane, is what I'm saying. Like, hopefully they're looking at everybody that could.
I think they're looking at one to two people. I think they're looking at two people. Now, Daniel says they accused him of doing something Thursday night. Doesn't say Malehya.
Have something to do with something.
Right.
We're going to hope that you investigate all avenues. I'm just saying, like, hopefully I would hope that they would still be listening and stuff, and they are. So that's good news. What do you think?
See, to me, I was like, all right, the blanket was found at 3:50 in the afternoon. Okay, we've got dispatch for that. They have found it. And I got some other stuff here that we're going to go through. I think RCMP still thinks that the blanket is out there. I think they're doing their due.
I mean, the blanket's still out there. Daniel also later added that when he got back, he went over to speak with his mom. Yes, others said he wasn't there. Janie will and has lied for him, in my opinion. Very, very good point, Brandy and Indy. Very good point. Remember, Daniel says he wasn't around, his own words, a lot the first and the second day. Right?
Diligence here to interrogate him, investigate him, ask him again after so much time has surpassed, to see if his story has changed in any means. And if it hasn't changed and he came in and he said the exact same thing or something, maybe not the exact same things, I think that would be impossible, to be honest with you. I think that if he did say the exact same thing, that's probably, well, usually I would think that's suspicious. But in his situation, I don't necessarily know if it would be as suspicious if he said the exact same thing, because he has said the exact same thing to the media, to me, and to people online over and over and over again.
No, he has not. Daniel has not said the same thing over and over and over again. That is absolutely not the case. I'm sorry. I respectfully disagree with that. That is the absolute. Even Malehya says that he is saying different stories to the media versus what he says to RCMP. And all you have to do is read the documents and compare them to what he has said through text, through messages, through text messages, what he said in private text messages that leaked, messages that he has said in chat rooms, and interviews. So the only thing Daniel has been consistent about is being inconsistent. That's what I always say about Daniel. The only thing he is consistent about is his inconsistency. Period.
And somebody who hasn't been in the media or in social media like that, if they said the exact same thing.
Hold on. Jane, thank you so much, my dear. Good to see you. I'm sorry, guys. I'm behind. The wheels on the bus go round and round. You correct me up, Justin, and have you got your outfit together for tomorrow? Listen. Jane, don't judge me. I've used my washer spinner. I got my Temu. I got my Temu on, and I washed it with my washer spinner. All right, I got to go buy a pack of cigarettes tomorrow. I got to buy the cheapest pack of cigarettes that I can find. I might just use an ink pen. And yeah, I got a shirt that looks very, very similar to Jainty's. Okay, to Jainty's. And I just need a hairless dog. What am I going to do about that? Do I know anyone with a hairless cat? Let's see here. Let me think. So make sure you join us tomorrow, Jane. Okay? And just don't be jealous of me tomorrow, okay? Just gonna tell you. I will be a very, very, I'm gonna tell you something. Durwood is going to be in love tomorrow. Oh my God. I got a little bit of a younger Janie. Lord have mercy. His little mustache is going to be curled tomorrow when he sees me. I'm telling you. He's going to sell every Hyundai that he can find tomorrow. Okay? I'm just telling you right now. Who needs Janie? We got the improved version of her tomorrow. You're welcome. Thank you so much, Janie. Jane, sorry. Shit. I was thinking of Janie. Love you, Jane. V. Oakley, how have you been, darling? So good to see you. Thank you so much. Your doggy is beautiful, by the way. Good to see you. I haven't seen you in ages. Hopefully you're doing well, V. Oakley. Always a pleasure seeing you, my friend. Good to see you. Thank you so much, my dear. D, good to see you, my love. Thank you so much for your support, my dear. In May, they said MBM was seen at end of driveway to call school. Then they said, yes, I forgot about that. Yeah. I don't think then she called in front of Janie's camper, full circle. Well, now, the documents say that it was in the corner of the trailer.
Several months later and have not been talking about it, I think that would have been suspicious. So I think the circumstance matters. So I think they're going to go through that and figure that out. And I think they're going to try to either rule that out as a possibility, or they're going to utilize this as a possibility to rule it out and to not rule it, or to rule it as a possibility that he did. Because at the end of the day, he says it wasn't there when he drove by. He was on the road that morning where the blanket was found. And so if I'm law enforcement, I would question that. And I would be like, well, was it you? Now, the one thing that kind of throws me off, and I want to get your opinion on this, is if Daniel did plant it, why would he be pushing that narrative that it was planted?
Oh, that's not a problem.
In case he knows that they figure out that it was planted. That way it's already... it's already out there. Well, I thought it was planted, so why would I say it was planted if I had nothing to do with it?
Well, more importantly, why?
That's a fair point. It
is a fair point. But more importantly as well, which I don't know if Dr. Vanna knows this, why would Daniel, not Malehya, Daniel, and only Daniel, deny that was Lily's blanket when they first found it? Why? He denied it. Malehya said straight up, yeah, that's Lily's blanket. Good point, Justin. Yeah. Now he's saying it's fucking planted. But he denied it in the beginning. Now make that make sense, people. Use your skull. Use your mind. That's not me and my opinion. That is not me and Justin's opinion. That is what he said. That is in the interviews as it was happening. So you tell me why Daniel denied it. Then after a few days, RCMP came there to the house and Daniel's like, oh yeah, I threw that out in the trash, and there was a perfect little place where they could have got it out. Right? And Daniel makes up this convenient excuse that it ripped. First he said it was for the window. Then he said it's for the door, or he said it was for the window, and then he said he used it as a door cover. Now it's for a door draft that goes underneath the door as well. So was it for the window? Was it for to make a covering for the door? Or is it for a draft? Hold on, crap. This, I'm laughing at one of the comments. To the window, to the wow. I mean, and that's what I'm saying. Like, what the fuck? fuck, man? Why is it doing this? Okay. I've been here. I've watched Daniel say everything. Everything. And I mean everything. And I'm sorry. You don't. There is just not that. There's more inconsistencies in that just one thing out of this entire case, the blanket. There's more inconsistencies in that one little part of this story versus the inconsistencies out of entire cases of others that make sense. Now, there's always things in cases that will not make sense. There's always that. Some things we will just never understand. But it's not everything. It's not everything. And we don't need to make an excuse for Daniel and Malehya. We need to ask them about, well, why the fuck did you say this in the beginning and you're saying this now? That's what we need to say to get closer to Jack and Lilly, in my opinion. To find out answers for Jack and Lilly, in my opinion. That's what we need to do, in my opinion. Not make an excuse for why he might or might not have said that. Right? Daniel, you said this on day one, that it wasn't, even though Malehya said, yeah, it was. Yeah, we used that for the window. A week later. Right? I threw that away. Also, in the documents, Malehya says she throws it away. You see why none of it happened Friday? None of that shit happened Friday. Because neither one of their stories are straight. I don't think there's an update on the pink blanket, in my opinion. I think it's something Daniel has whispered. Unless there's something from the RCMP. But that's just my opinion, but I am, Rose. Because there are people lying on a 4 and a 6-year-old that were wronged. That were really fucking wronged in life. That could have been you or me. It could have been you or me. We don't choose the country we're born in. We don't choose the race that we're born in. We don't choose the gender that we're born in. We don't choose our hair color or eye color. We certainly don't choose our parents. And our lot in life. And they got the short end of the fucking stick. And because they got the short end of the stick, now have been missing for 6 months, and they're fucking lying on these kids. They're out there. I was talking to someone today. Absolutely lied. Not only lied on, neglected, all of that. No, we don't choose our parents. We don't choose, the country we were born in, the parents we're born in. We don't choose our race, our hair color, our gender, anything like that. It's, you can say, God, or you can say it's the roll of the dice, or whatever you believe in. But there's that. I'm not even 10th way done. Shit. Are you from
I was
Boston?
listening to the one thing that stuck out to me.
Zach, you're from Boston? I tell you, Boston people are fucking tough. Boston and Maine, they're tough people. They really are. They're tough like New York.
Today when I was watching a video was the last interview he did, where why did he say, just between you and me, like, fill me in, because I would still have a question, when they said, did you think they were going to find anything out here? And he was like, I knew they weren't gonna. He sounded like why is he so sure that they're not going to find anything?
Well, because they told him that, according to him, and it's not that I don't believe him.
I'm just curious. I don't know.
It's that I wonder if some of this is tactics. So,
tactics on Daniel's part? Why would Daniel say that?
So, according to him,
he means the police maybe saying, like,
they told him, and these are the search crew that were.
So Daniel is saying that the police told him that they're not going to. Hold on, I got to hear this. 1 second.
99.9% sure that the kids aren't in the woods. I think that's foolish to say, for one.
No.
And two.
Nope. I don't believe Mr. Martell at all. Hey, always late. Good to see you, Mama. There is. Why would he inform Daniel that he doesn't think there is Buddy basically giving him a warning against the RCMP? A little crazy to me, perhaps. The RCMP would never, ever give law enforcement never gives you a percentage. They're not going to give you a percentage. The only percentage law enforcement gives you is a scientific percentage based on measurements that comes from a laboratory. They never say 99% of the time they're not in the woods. Well, no, that's Daniel's narrative. Who the fuck believes Daniel for saying? I just cannot believe the RCMP. They would never say something like that. Ever. He's blaming it on the RCMP.
Could they be saying that to be trying to pressure him? And it's just not working because he's not grasping the concept. Like, no. if for instance, if I were to suspect you of you doing something, and if you were Daniel and I started telling you, I don't think they're in the woods. To me, I'm telling you because I'm accusing you of something. He may not be interpreting that correctly. He may not be getting that message.
Did you?
Yeah. Lean on me. It could be, right? The blankets can be used to cover a window. They can be used to make a door, like you don't want heating or air conditioning, to stay in one room or not get in the other room, or go underneath the door, right? But Pick one. That's the thing. They've said all three.
Like here though, he was like very sure.
Mm.
Like he was just like, I knew they weren't
because
gonna find anything.
because they told him that the ground search crew searched and that they had some sort of satellite, stuff that they had to get permission from.
They did not tell him. Daniel says that RCMP, but the RCMP did not say that. Daniel says that the RCMP says that, which I don't believe for a fucking second. If they thought that there was a 99% chance that they weren't in the woods, they would not have brought 2 cadaver dogs from the RCMP, shipped them there, and had them look everywhere. Does people actually believe Daniel Martell on this? I guess always late. And you can tell this is coming from Daniel, and I believe this Daniel, that the other Daniel said this, and I'll tell you why. Remember when Daniel did this last interview, he said basically the RCMP Daniel said very, very clearly, he says he thinks that the RCMP is just doing this more or less to appease the public. Right? He's like, yeah, they're just doing this as to show that they're working hard and all of that. Complete bullshit, Mr. Martell. When I say Daniel, I don't want people to think I'm talking about this Daniel. So I want to make that clear. When I say Daniel, I'm really not talking about this Daniel. I'm talking about Martell.
FLIR, and they were able to find, and this was true, I guess, the black swans that we found, a beaver and a coyote, but they weren't able to find the kids.
Yeah, someone said too, he thought that that Malehya took them, so that could be the answer too.
Right, that, and he suspects that to be the.
Well, but that's the difference right here. That's the difference. He just said that Daniel told him that the RCMP said, yeah, I need to say DT, and say, yeah. DT just said that Daniel told him that there was a 99% chance the kids weren't in the woods. Right? But they're saying here that, well, Daniel believes that Malehya took them. Well, RCMP is not saying that to anybody. They're not saying that about Malehya or Daniel for that matter. Daniel is trying to put his narrative, in my opinion, to DT. Right? Because, I mean, this is the thing. Again, RCMP is not going to say 99% chance they're not in the woods. We're just doing this to appease the people that we're working hard. And then, remember, Daniel said in the same interview that they said he is not being clear about Thursday night. Right? And that he killed the kids Thursday night. Or did something to the kids. Correct that, Justin. He did something to the kids Thursday night. Or maybe he did say unalive. I don't know. So Daniel is not even have a clear message here. Think about this, guys. Use your head for a minute. If Daniel is saying the RCMP is saying, we don't think they're in the woods here, right? Daniel is also saying, trying to get DT, in my opinion, to believe, well, they're not in the woods, and that Malehya has them, right? But Daniel also says 99% chance the RCMP said they weren't in the woods. But those same RCMP said, you're not telling us about Thursday. We think you did something to the kids Thursday night. Mother Chucker, if you did something to the kids Thursday night, then they're not looking at Malehya. I swear to God, Daniel is the most fucking exhausting cretin I have ever seen in my life. I feel horrible for anyone who would ever even date that man. Hold on a second. One second, guys. I'll show you something. Make it make sense. Seriously, just use your heads, people. This was CBC. Okay. Here we go. Sorry, it just takes me a second. I said it 8 times. Here we go. Listen to this. Very important. Right here. Listen to what Daniel says.
Any details. So therefore, my Thursday didn't have any details. Your knowledge of the case didn't have any details. So you shouldn't try to force something on me without knowing any of the background.
Did he make any accusations at you?
Yeah, he did. He said that Thursday didn't have enough details and we think you did something to the kids Thursday night. And I asked him, like, what are you talking about? Like, I just ran through whole Thursday and Wednesday with you.
The RCMP, according to Daniel, is blaming him that he did something to the kids Thursday night. Again, quote, we think you did something to the kids Thursday night. How in the hell shut the fuck up? Sheila. Shut the fuck up. I have not checked my text messages. Oh my God, please. Please, Lord. Hold on 1 second. I don't see anything on Google, but let me ask someone. Was he charged?
He was charged with first-degree murder. He was charged with abduction, and he said something about being charged with some kind of obstruction. The recording wasn't that great, but I confirmed everything with Brandy. He was released from Phoenix, Arizona prison, was rearrested, is being held there to be transferred to Idaho.
Oh my God.
I'm on a live right now.
I am too. I'm live right now.
Oh God.
We're both
I've already been in tears. I've already laughed. I laughed because Stacy thought he was going to get out, and he didn't. I'm like sitting here doing a live on Brandy and her health and everything else, and the next thing you know, my phone's blowing up by one of my sources because he called her to tell her he was just charged and put back in prison.
Was Sarah charged?
I was told last month. I saw a text message that she messaged my source and told her that she was also going to be facing charges this month. And I'm hearing that she was, but I have not been able to confirm it. But you can bet your ass Sarah and Stacy are both going down. As far as I know from Brandy, Brandon and Adrian are not getting any charges yet, but I have a feeling Sarah's next, if she hasn't already.
Yeah, Brandon's is coming 1,000%. I mean, like, as sure as the sun rises, it's coming.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so.
Well, I mean, look at,
Well, they're both going to start singing like a bird now, right?
yeah,
If charges are out on them, you already know Stacy's talking about anything he possibly can.
yeah, he's fucking singing like a canary, probably.
Yeah. I got to get back to my life, Justin. I love you.
Oh, I love you too, honey. Oh my God, I am filled with emotions right now. I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, go back and listen to my live. You'll see my reaction. I mean, I could barely keep it together announcing it. And I had to get a hold of Brandy to confirm it because I didn't want her to find out on my live. And she's like, play the recording, Sam. Play it. I've known all along. I knew he was going to get released and then get rearrested. She goes, I've known it for a while now. And I was like, oh my God. So, yeah.
Brandy, she's doing so good. Like, I'm so, like,
She is.
she's just doing so good overall. And I'm just so thankful. God, it's been a long road.
All right.
Girl. It's been a long road.
It really has. And now we got so much to do. We got work to do now.
I know. It's just starting.
Spread the word so Brandon can hear that shit.
Oh, I'm going
Because he's freaking out.
Yeah, Brandon, you're listening too. He watches every live we do.
Of course he is. I've told everybody to share. So if you end up doing a live or something, let me know. I'll even come up on panel with you.
All right,
or
honey.
whatever.
All right.
Okay, hon.
All
I'll
right.
talk to you later.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh my God. 1 second, guys. Thank you, Lord. It's been 4 years. It's been 4 years. What they did to that baby is unimaginable. Unimaginable what they did to him. Hold on, I need to get something from my face. 1 second. It's been, guys, it has been so long. Oh my God. So long for Brandy. She has not given up one time. Not one time she's ever given up. Being so sick. So sick. Getting a liver. Brandon, Adrian, you're next. You're next. Boo-boos. Four and a half years. 4.5. Nearly 4.5 years. I've had Stacy on my channel before. I was saying the other day, he's the closest thing to swine of a human being. He's just swine. Stacy Wandra is the one of the men who abducted Michael Vaughn. One second. I'll show you. I see my friend Brandy and little Michael. Look at this. That's where that little baby should be. With his mom. And he's still not been recovered. He's still not been recovered. But he's going to be. Brandy, she was so sick. I there was just days I didn't think she was going to make it, honestly. And now she's doing so well, but she almost died. Let me show you Stacy. Let me show you this. Sorry, this just went a whole different turn, guys. God has a reason for keeping Brandy here. Brandy,
In the disappearance for Michael Vaughn, the boy who went missing in 2021. In body camera footage uploaded on YouTube, one of the suspects in the disappearance claimed he knew where Michael's body was buried. Let's bring in Abby Wilt. Now, Abby, that footage contradicts what was told to KTVB nearly a year ago.
Hunter, that's right. Stacy Wandra interviewed with KTVB and said he had no connection to the case and no clue who Michael even was. That contradicts what he told detectives in newly released footage, where he says he watched Michael's body be buried in his backyard. For the first time, we're seeing Stacy Wandra give conflicting information about his possible connection to 5-year-old Michael Vaughn's disappearance. In 2022, Stacy told detectives via FaceTime where to find Michael's body in his backyard after...
if you see right there, that's my channel. I got this foiling I wanted a jailhouse fight that Stacy was in when he was abusing an inmate that had autism. and I got his confession on accident, and I kept it for over a year.
He told detectives
Would
via
not let me-
FaceTime where to find Michael's body in his backyard after claiming he watched his wife, Sarah, bury Michael there.
Give me an approximate time frame it took her to dig and bury.
I don't know, I'd say probably between a half hour to an hour-ish.
Over a year later, in January of 2024, he told KTVB he knew nothing about Michael's disappearance and wasn't even home when Michael went missing.
I just know that I wasn't around for any of it.
In the body camera footage recorded by police, he says he saw Michael's body.
It should be a garbage bag.
Okay, what color is the garbage bag?
It would either be white or black. We only had 2 colors.
Is the duct tape still going to be over his mouth?
It should be.
Okay.
I didn't watch take them off.
Okay.
So you should have everything intact as it was.
Another glaring contradiction between the two interviews. Stacy claimed he didn't even know who Michael was at the time of his disappearance.
Like I said, I've never even heard of this kid. I've never seen this kid. Never knew anything about him.
Now the police footage shows him guiding them to where he says Michael's body was buried.
It was
Another one that has just as many stories as Daniel.
I think it was a little bit closer in than the sprinkler. Where was it at? Right there?
Yeah, you can see it out there torn up.
Yeah. No, so it would have been a little closer in. Not like right on the edge of the fence. Like I said, that's the place that I know that he was being buried, was at the first place I directed to.
In the KTVB interview last year, Stacy had no recollection of Michael's body anywhere near his yard.
Can you think of any time that his body would have been buried there and then moved? Does anything stand out to you?
Not at all. They were saying that he was buried by the shed.
It
makes absolutely no sense. There's been no dig marks. There's no trench marks. There's nothing. The ground.
I hope you fucking rot in the lowest pits of hell ever, ever, ever. I want to get this is the call. I think it is.
It was going for a while. You know, it took me a year.
We get the call. She was live talking about Michael Vaughn. 1 second.
Adrian and Brandon, where's Monkey?
1 second. We're going to get the call.
Your support.
Just one more quick share. This is only like a minute long. Hold on 1 second.
Hi everybody. Thought I'd just drop by and let everybody know how I'm doing. I got some good news from the doctors today. I was able to get the feeding tube out because I am sustaining weight completely on my own and I have gained a significant amount. All my numbers are looking good and all my hard work is showing. Today is a good day. Just keep doing what I'm doing. Everything looks really, really well and is functioning properly now. So I just wanted to stop by and thank everybody for your prayers, your kindness, your support, continued support for not only me, but our family as well. I am truly blessed. No.
When this goes to trial, you will see Justin in Idaho, just so you know.
I'm gonna leave that there.
Hold on, I'm trying to find the call.
Addresses.
I promise. I think he promised. But is expected out sometime next year, I believe, and then 2026. Times when I said it. But here we are. and Michael is still not home. And I'm keeping that promise. I'm still standing. And I am raring to go. With that being said, justice is coming. Believe that, everybody, please. I know it's been a long road, and it's still going to be a bumpy road. Please trust me as I trust in the law enforcement and our legal system. Michael will see his justice. But we want him home. No matter how that may be.
Protect your mental health always. Leaving his girlfriend, leaving his friend,
1 second.
even moms, and that information I
don't know where
in talking to Brandy. I think all of our prayers have been answered. Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 more second, you guys.
she found out live like I did.
Here, I am on the phone with somebody that I know that's been talking with Stacey Wandra. She got a phone call from Stacey. I'm still waiting for her to find where Stacey Wandra is talking about being released from federal prison and then being charged with first-degree murder and Michael's abduction. I called Brandy to make sure she knew, and she told me to play this recording of him talking about it. So my girl is trying to find it and get it where she needs to get it. But Stacey Wandra has been charged and arrested with Monkey's murder and abduction. And there are lots of other charges. I'm trying to breathe, you guys. Oh my God, I'm so emotional. I'm like laughing because he thought he was getting out and he's not. They put him right back. He's on hold, back in federal prison, going to be transferred to Idaho from there. I've got tears rolling down my for sharing. I love you. I'll talk to you in a bit. Bye.
Wait for them to they press charges for
Stacey Wandra has been that Stacey Wandra. He is not getting and every from prison tried rolling in his. Hold on 1 second. Stacey Wandra was just arrested. All of my moderators that's been here that has in tears, and Josh from the lab, I haven't messaged. And tonight he needs to find out that Stacey Wandra was arrested on charges for murder. And
I'm trying to find out where Brandy was talking, but I'm just so thankful. that is my friend Jenna Creator, Missing PNW Crimes Revisited. And she does amazing work on Michael Vaughn's case as well. She has spoke to Brandon Shurtleff. She has a way of not being judgmental, like I, when I talk to someone, I'm like, listen, Mother Fletcher, why'd you but she's not like that, and she has talked to Brandon Shurtleff. But the things that Michael Vaughn went through and the Vaughn family has went through, I just dropped her link. You posted her link up above. It's just amazing. It's a great day. 10/30/2025. I'm gonna go, guys. I'll be back in a little bit. I'm coming back. We're gonna talk about more things. My head is pounding. Justice for Summer Wells. Michael Vaughn. They're not Michael. Well, we still need to get justice for Michael Vaughn. Summer Wells, Sebastian, Jack and Lilly Sullivan. It may take time, but we're not going to stop. Baby Emmanuel's getting justice, thankfully, but he's not the again. I'm coming back. We're going to talk about Michael Vaughn. We're going to. I need to fix. I just need to stretch. I'll be back. I'm going to go drink some water. Brandy's, I know this is probably the first time she's truly breathed in 5 years. Oh, Sherry. I'll be back in just a minute. Okay? Just a few minutes. Ugh. Stacy Wander, that mother truckers cussed me out, sent me the most awfulest text. I've got all kinds of shit on him, though. All kinds of shit I can show. From his phone and all that. Love you too, Texas, and thank you so much. 35 months. It's amazing. OG, sis. Love you, sis. Yeah, Jennifer. Love you guys. I'll be back in a little bit. Promise.